Alright guys, welcome back. So today's video was actually requested by one of you guys. I had a viewer ask if I could take my 14.5-inch Colt, which you see up here, and my 14.5-inch BCM, which you see right over here, and do a comparison between the two, and show the guns, show the finishes, take a look at the bolt carrier group, see if there's any differences between the two, which one could possibly be better, and all that, since Colt and BCM both very high quality manufacturers with excellent reputations. And so we're going to do a quick comparison, take a look at it, go over some of the specs, and see if there's some differences and maybe which one's better. So stand by. Okay, so let's start off with the upper receivers, and you're going to have to bear with me with the sling here because it is no quick detach, and it's attached to the buttstock and this front sling mount on the Colt, so I got to leave this thing attached. But the upper receivers on both of these, the receiver itself on both of these are both made out of 7075 T6 aluminum, which is a very high quality, very durable, very strong material. There is a lesser quality material that is used by some companies, 6065 it might be. I'll leave it annotated if that's wrong, but they are both made out of the better material. And they are both hard coat anodized, but I will say right off the bat, and we'll look at this on the upper and on the lower, the finish on the BCM is definitely better than the Colt. I don't know if the Colt's just thinner, or if it's a different anodizing, or what it is, but it is different. It is a little thinner, a little easier to ding up on the Colt than it is the BCM, even though they are both hard coat anodized. But I'll kind of give you guys a closer look at the Colt here, and you can see on the Colt that it is C marked right here, and it has the keyhole forge marking. And I am running the Colt carry handle on this one right now, but it does have forward assist, it does have the dust cover, and standard charging handle on this one. Now on this particular rifle, I am running the Knights Armament RAS quad rail, and this rifle here I'm actually doing a clone build with, so I'm using all the correct military parts. We got the Knights Armament grip, standard F marked front sight post on the Colt. The barrel, like I mentioned on both of these, is 14.5. You can see the markings there on the barrel. And the new Colts, just so you guys know, no longer are C stamped. They're actually cage code marked right here, if you guys can see that. And I do have a pinned and welded BCM extended birdcage flash hider, and then a closer look at the BCM. And I don't know how well you guys can tell, but the finish on this is definitely much nicer. It does say BCM marked on here. Again, forward assist dust cover. I am running the BCM ambi charging handle on this one. We have the Maytech rear sight, and I will end up switching this over to the Colt once I run an optic and take the carry handle off, and we'll do something else on the BCM. But again, this one has the F marked front sight post with the 14.5-inch barrel, and both of the barrels on these are 14.5-inch chrome lined SOCOM profile, and we'll take a look at what that means here in just a second. They are 1-in-7 twist 5.56, and this one does have the A2X from BCM pinned and welded on here. You can see the pin and weld job right there. This one was done by BCM. The one down here on the Colt I had done by ADCO, but both done very well. So what does the SOCOM profile mean? So let me pop this bottom rail section off, and I'll try to show you guys. But as you can see underneath, let me see if I can get that, there we go. Underneath the handguards, you're gonna notice that it is a much thicker profile than your standard M4 carbine style barrel, and it does have these two little relief cuts right here on the underneath side of it. And what that is for, the military requested that this be beefed up so the barrels don't get so hot under longer rates of fire. And also these cuts here, when you pop the rail off, the bottom rail off like this RAS that's on the Colt, your M203 grenade launcher will attach here and on the cut up front on the barrel. So this is the exact barrel that our military uses on their M4s. So that is what the SOCOM profile stands for. So that is, I guess both of them are T-marked uppers, and I think that's everything on the outside. So let's tear the bolt carrier groups out and take a look at those. Okay, so here are both of the bolt carrier groups broken down, and we'll start off with the carrier itself. And as you can see, both of them are the full auto profile, meaning it has the full lug in the back on both of them. They also both have chrome lining both inside the carrier and inside the gas key. And you can see the gas keys right here are both properly staked on both of them and both equally well done. So them screws are definitely not backing out. The BCM is going to be marked BCM right there on the front, as you can see, and then the Colt is going to have the C stamped right there on the side of it to know that it is a genuine Colt bolt carrier. Now, the Colt website didn't give any specifics, but the BCM website did. It's one good thing about BCM, and not knocking on Colt per se, but the BCM website, it tells every spec, pretty much about every single part that they produce. And their bolt carriers, the bolt carrier groups are made from the 158 Carpenter tool steel, which is a very, very strong, very good steel to use. But again, I don't know what the Colt is made out of. Now again, this is another area where the BCM is marked and mentioned on their website, and it is not on the Colt, but the BCM is high pressure tested and magnetic particle inspected, and it is marked right here on the side of the bolt, and it also is mentioned on their website, and it does say BCM right here on the bolt. But the Colt actually does not say anywhere on here, I don't believe, unless it's really actually, yeah, it does say it very faintly. I don't even know if you guys will be able to see that, but it does say, have it very lightly stamped in the side of it. So this one is inspected also, but it does not say anything about it on the website. But again, BCM does a very good job about letting you know all the specs and all the details about every part of what you're buying from them. But the firing pins are pretty much identical, the cam pins and everything. Now this Colt is brand new. I've never put a round through it, so the bolt carrier has never been used other than any test firing at the factory. This one has a couple hundred rounds through it, so you can see a little bit of wear in the normal spots on this one, but it's holding up very well as far as the finish goes. So both very high quality bolt carrier groups. Okay, so now the last thing is the lower receivers, and again, both the materials used are 7075 T6 aluminum with a hard coat anodized finish on both of them. And again, I think the BCM finish is a little bit better. I don't know if it's applied differently or applied heavier or whatever. I don't know how anodizing works. I've never done any of that type of stuff, but the finish seems to hold up and looks a little better on the BCM. And another thing with the BCM, it does mention on the website that the receiver extension is also 7075 T6 aluminum, and it does not specify on the Colt website. Again, another awesome thing about BCM, they let you know every spec and every detail about the product that you're buying. But the BCM, I did change some things out on here. I have the Magpul grip, Magpul trigger guard. I got a Geisley SSA trigger in here. Look down on the inside of it. It does have the low shelf in the back for, you can run your Echo triggers in it. You can run Accu wedges if you need to, or anything like that. It does have that low shelf and no bridge in there. It does come with the BCM, the QD receiver end plate. And I don't know how well you guys can see it, but it does come nicely staked. The castle nut is nicely staked in more than one spot, so they definitely do a good job there. And it did come with their BCM Mod Zero stock. Excellent stock. Nice and tight on the receiver extension tube, and it has a nice cheek weld on it, so it is nice and easy to use. Really nice stock. And we do have the awesome UID sticker from Carolina Laser Works. They give me this one here. It is the rectangular one with all the information on it, and on the Colt, we'll look at it here in a minute, does have a different style. But if you are looking for the UID stickers for any clone builds that you're doing, or say you have a Mark 25 and you want the new sticker for it, he does use high quality materials, the same materials used on the actual military guns, the ones that the military uses. That they are the metal stickers and exact sizes and everything. So if you're looking for those, definitely there will be a link down below. Definitely look him up. He makes awesome ones. And here on the Colt, you can see is the different style. It has the square one, so he does have different options. But here on the Colt, you are going to see that the new the 6920s are marked M4 carbine, which I thought was pretty cool. In this one, I have all of the factory standard mil-spec stuff on it: standard grip, standard stock, standard trigger, trigger guard, and all that, because this is a clone build. I'm doing a block 1 clone build with it, and they keep all of this mil-spec stuff on it. And the difference is the BCM has a 6-position stock. This one is actually only a 4, so after right there, the next position isn't until all the way back there, and then you have a couple more going back. And I do not know what the material is on the receiver extension tube here, but I do notice that it looks almost like a painted finish on this compared to the nice anodizing look on the BCM or other ones that I've had. This one looks like a more of a glossy, darker, almost paint type finish on. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but that is what the Colt came with. Again, this one does have nice staking on it. I think it is. No, it's done in 2 spots. They did do a nice job staking the castle nut on this as well. Now, on the interior is where the Colt is a little bit different. You are going to see this block right here. And from what I understand, this block was put in during the Clinton ban, so these could not be converted to full autos. You could not get your auto sear in there and get your pin in there to make these things full auto. And I guess they just decided not to stop doing that, even though, you know, that has gone and passed. So any of your echo triggers, stuff like that, you will not be able to run in the Colt because they are still doing the block there on the inside of the receiver. Now, if you're feeling froggy, you can take and mill that out, I guess. I'm not going to do that, but I guess you could if you want to run an echo trigger or something like that on the inside of it. And I think that's about all the specs and features on the BCM versus the Colt for the lower receivers. Alright guys, so there is the quick comparison between the BCM and the Colt. Both excellent, very reputable, very high quality ARs from great manufacturers. And I really wasn't making this video to say one was better than the other, but if you have either one of these rifles or either one of these brands of rifles, definitely let us know down in the comment section below which one you might prefer or which one you have and why you like it, stuff like that. I would love to see you guys' opinions on this as well. And like I mentioned, this was a video request from a viewer. And if you ever have any questions or would like to see something or have video ideas that you'd like to hear my opinions on or see what I've got, definitely always ask in the comment section below. You're always up for new video ideas, so definitely would love to hear what you guys would like to see, stuff like that. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you have any questions or comments about this one or anything else you see here on the channel, ask those in the comment section below and I'll do my best to get back with you. And before you take off, make sure you do check the description box. I have links to channel sponsors, social media, pretty much anybody who's ever helped out the channel in the past. So definitely take a look in the description box before you take off. And as always, I appreciate each and every one of you guys watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.